Well, speaking of spending your money, man, we got to basically talk about DJ Premier finally dropping that project, man. We've been waiting for it.
Okay.
It's kind of baby. It's only about 5 songs, but we're getting something.
Which might be perfect.
Might be perfect. So my question is,
that.
it comes out this Friday. Y'all got to copy. Shout out to our man DJ Premier. Hold us down. Do y'all think this is like what we've been talking about, where hip hop may make some mainstream noise with this?
Yeah, I mean, it's
can we get Cardi B off the radio for a little bit just with this record, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's a lot of good, well-rounded artists that's going to be on this album. I mean, Joey Bada has been doing this thing for years.
Yeah,
he's been, even with Odd Future, that whole little camp. They've been doing their thing for years, man. So it's good to be, and he's been doing this type of music. So it's good that he's able to kind of be on that next level platform and be kind of rubbing elbows with Run the Jewels, Slick Rick and Wayne on the same joint.
That's crazy.
How bananas is that going to be? That's going to be bananas.
It is.
Remy Ma and Rapsody, come on. We just talked about Shay Noor and Amari Caesar. You got 2 other bar bullies, Remy Ma and Rapsody. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't sleep on these women out here who can out rap these dudes. Yeah. And of course, you know what I'm saying? You got Nas on there too, but to me, you got some really good MCs on here. Over a various different production too, because it's not just Premier beats. Like you got what's your boy who's gonna be on there too that did the album with Nas.
Was it Hitmaker?
He's got production credits on there. Hit Boy.
Hitboy's
got He's got production credits on there too, and a couple other cats. So it's not just Premier beats. So it's gonna be different. I think Premier is just gonna make sure it's stamped like it's official tissue.
Well, it's crazy, man.
And ain't gonna be no like a DMX album that they try to come out with.
All Swiss Beat Productions from 2000.
Nah, it ain't gonna be nothing like that.
I'm definitely excited.
I'm excited for it though.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. And you gave a excellent summation of your viewpoint regarding how dope this 5-song lineup is of the artists that were mentioned and maybe the couple that weren't. But even in addition to these 5 songs that we all looking forward to, man, I even love, in addition to that, how the album cover really represents hip hop and its foundational source.
Man.
You look at the album cover, you have like the handle of what looks like a boombox represents be the crates, you see the address on there. Most folks don't know that's the that's arguably the address of where hip hop was birthed. That's that Morris Heights address in the BX in the Bronx. So you got the speaker aspect, the turntable, the cassette tape, every aspect, the graffiti. I mean, you name it, it's all on there. And it's
look at the eras.
Yeah.
Look at the eras on there too of artists.
Yeah. There you go.
They're all birthed from this beginning. I mean,
with the exception
Joey
of
Badass talks about all the time how his influences was like Nas, Slick Rick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it all comes full circle.
It
know
does.
What I'm saying? The different style of music too. Because Rapsody, her and Ninth Wonder, they got their own little lane.
Yep.
Remy got her own lane.
Run the Jewels,
Bronx sound.
Wayne. Yep.
Run the Jewels is different. Wayne's different. This is so many just different. I don't want to say genres of hip hop. I just say different styles of hip hop coming together to make a actual hip hop album, a hip hop.
It's going to be essence. I mean, DJ Premier is arguably, if not the greatest or one of the greatest hip hop producers
Mount Rushmore
of all time. He's definitely Mount Rushmore if he's not number one. Depending on what your personal thoughts are, and he never deviated. Outside of maybe just to slightly do something for Christina Aguilera, he always kept true to his sound nonetheless. And he always kept it hip hop no matter what the industry was doing, no matter what the trend was. He kept it the same, like how Too Short does his rap style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and you got to appreciate that. So when you see a foundational representation of the graphics coupled with what J Camp said about these 5 songs and the artists on them and what they're likely going to be, you can expect nothing less than some hip hop heat. Nothing.
It's gonna be heat,
that.
bro.
LB, take us home, man. What you thinking, man? First of all, what you think is going to be? I know you Run the Jewels fan.
I am.
What do you think about the project, and also what do you think is going to be the breakout record in your opinion?
Ooh, man, it's way too tough.
That Slick Rick and Wayne is kind of
like honestly, if I had to put money on it, it's probably either gonna be the Nas joint or the Slick Rick and Lil Wayne. The Rick and Lil Wayne is just it's a combo that's like needed.
It's gonna be
especially if you got Premier sort of guiding that one. And then the reason I say Nas is more just because Nas has just been on a streak lately. You know what I'm saying? When people have been delivering him heat, Nas has been like destroying it. And the only time he had something that was kind of like left is when Kanye gave him that bull. You know what I'm saying? And
that was
to
still
me,
halfway decent.
Yeah, it was still halfway.
It was still all right.
And it was all right. But I think that one was one where it was Kanye's fault. That wasn't Nas' fault.
I feel you.
So if we put that one on
the bag on that one,
if we put that one on Ye and then look at all the rest of his stuff, man, it's been bananas, man. So this is gonna be crazy, but I think the flip side of this is that it's probably not gonna sound like all of these current hip hop guys. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So
that's what we want, though.
I know that's what I want, and I think a lot of people still want that, which is why we see the success of the Griseldas and a lot of other people. But there is definitely a huge faction of hip hop that has decided that they kind of don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And I do think what we're starting to see is some of that split, right? Where there's the people that are like, I'm not gonna go so far as to call them traditionalists, but almost, right? They're almost traditionalists of hip hop, and then you have like
the proverbial shark,
and then you have the kind of new school guys. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that navigate between both of them, but
both worlds,
generally speaking, if you a guy who's kind of been more in this traditionalist like area, you really don't rock on some of that other stuff, and vice versa. If you on that new school, a lot of times you ain't rocking with some of this stuff the way DJ Premier is gonna do it. So it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting to hear. I can't wait for it. I'm super excited for it, obviously. But I think there will be this sort of interesting dichotomy between the two, right? You got the new school, the old school, and here's the thing. I think the very good thing about it though is that our people is still giving everybody a run for their money with the music, man. The music that our generation has still been putting out has really been pushing these new school cats to kind of get back in the lab and get their lives together.
That's the question I was going to ask. Is this project going to get our hip hop cats to start dropping stuff like a Currency? You know what I'm saying? Or like a Larry June?
I don't think it's
possibly the New York cats drop it like that.
I don't think it's ever going to turn the corner like that. But what I do think is that it'll keep some of these newer cats a little bit more honest to the craft. And I think that is the purpose of a lot of like the people from our generation, the people that do that kind of music, is to make sure that these new school guys stay honest to their craft, because you can't be just, piddly paddling around in the studio. Now you can get away with that for a couple albums, but the way these guys is coming in hot, man, like you don't want to keep that up. So I think it's more just to keep these new school guys to stay innovative and to stay, on their craft. But I don't really see it pushing it back towards that direction.
Well, this is the thing. This album's coming out on Mass Appeal, which is an independent record label owned by Nas. So this is all Love Money, right? So again, will this maybe get the push that it needs to get, in y'all's opinion, before we get up out of this topic?
It won't.
Well, I don't really think it needs to really have the push, to be honest. I don't think it's necessary. because
it's not.
First of all, DJ Premier, he's a DJ. He's on way too many like nationally syndicated programs, like where he bounces around. You know what I'm saying? And he performs at huge, iconic venues. So and again, people have a thirst for this. So to B's point, people have a hunger for this music. Like when there's good music out there, people will find it because if Fresh Out knows about it, think about the other hip hop shows, platforms like this. That's also pushing it. So I don't think we'll have a problem at all, like getting this marketed and into the right hands because people have a thirst for this. They hungry for it.
Shout out Mike 100 too, man.
And granted, you know, and there's still a lot of cats who's dropping like great albums. Like, I can't even put them all on bars of the week.
This has been a great year for hip hop. Let's be clear.
It's been a great year, and it's a lot of young artists just making this same type of music. We just haven't even like talked about them yet.
Yeah, 2022 has definitely been a good year. I think it's
hip hop, the traditionalist comeback. Not to jump the proverbial shark.
I think it's good to see a balance of, you're the worst for that. No, it's good to see that balance though of the the Khaled type individuals who's been putting out compilations and so forth, and in comparison to DJ Premier putting out an album, which I mean, what better title than Hip Hop Volume 1? So, it's good to have both sides of the spectrum, which is actually what's missing in hip hop. So, I don't think it'll get picked up on a major level. What you were asking, Iceberg, but it's a good way to contribute. Yeah, absolutely, and it's a good means to contribute to the culture of hip hop and rap.
Absolutely, man.
Well, like I said, we'll see how it goes, man. We're gonna tap in, man, Saturday and next week. But like I said, it comes out Friday. Go cop it, man. Like you definitely need to support, man. Our fellow DJ Premier. This is what you've been asking for, so you gotta support it, man. You can't go and say we need hip hop and you over here copping the Cardi B and the little Nas X symbol. You know what I'm saying?
Is it gonna outsell? Is it gonna outsell Chris Breezy? Is it gonna outsell it?
I'm going. Hey man, it's got to do some do a little numbers, man. Let's get the robots on this one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's get the bots on this one. You know what I'm saying?
Now, if they get them visuals out, you know what I'm saying, heavy. Yeah. If they flood the visuals out like Thursday,
yeah,
we'll see.
We're gonna do some numbers.
Okay, then.
And Contra's dope, man. Like I said, they on the Sierra record. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of them, let's talk about Sierra. So going over to that to going over to this. The ladies is coming out strong. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Beyonce just dropped single. Cardi just dropped a single that's old. And Sierra just dropped one called Jumping, which Jake, which B.O.P. said that's his favorite song right now this whole year.
It probably is. Probably is.
Stop the cap.
So, but my thing is like this. Who do y'all think this thing? First of all, people always ask us why we talk about like female stuff on a hip hop show. We got wives and girlfriends, so we gotta listen to this stuff anyway. And then also this is music industry stuff. So the question I got for
it's hip hop though. It's hip hop.
Yeah, it's got a little hip. I mean, come on, man. You know who's writing this stuff. Let's be clear. Who has the best single out of these? Then also, how do y'all like the look of these joints, man? You know what I'm saying? With Sierra's jump joint, she's got the booty meat going. Sierra, Cardi B's got the. She kind of took a swag from that Triumph video on that hot.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
She took a lot of swag from that Triumph.
From that Inspector Deck.
Come on, let's be clear. And then Beyonce looking extra Duncan Hines on the horse with the sample joint for the house joint. So
it's been throwing me off.
The ladies right now.
I can't concentrate because I keep looking at that Beyonce on that horse. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, dog. She got the Amazon Prime Day, dog.
To figure out what's going down.
Shout out to Power 500 too, man.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I wasn't like I would say out of all of those, I definitely wasn't feeling Cardi's joint. I mean, it just it didn't do it. It didn't do it for me at all. It's just I tried. I couldn't get it.
I think it was the old record, man, on the low.
Okay.
And it didn't even sound like Yeezy was trying on there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he just did it just.
And this thing, why they put a fake Yeezy in the video too? They put some light skinned cat with a hood on. It was like, come on, man, stop the cat, man.
And I mean, I know you was talking about Iceberg, about the whole rainbow swag. You know what I'm saying? Making its way into music off the Drake album, and then Bay dropping the same thing. I mean, it's got the little Crystal Waters vibe to it. And that la-dee-dee, la-dee-da, how about you? I mean, that's that's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Living Color, the Living Color joint. I mean,
it was a Kanye stunt double power.
Right.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, right. I mean, it sure was.
I wasn't feeling Ye at all. I mean, at least Sierra still has the Janet Jackson dance swag going on. I mean, that's about the only positive that I can kind of give out of these three songs is the dancing from Sierra. She takes it personal. I at least tip my cap to that. You know what I'm saying?
It had a Michael Jackson little vibe to it. You know, they spent some money on that video. Let's be clear.
That's what I'm saying. Like she's the best dancer, at least female dancer, since like the Aaliyahs and the TLCs was going real hard at it. And Janet, I mean, she's doing it, man. Like I don't mind seeing her twerk, bro. I'll be always real. She's the best twerker that I've seen. Her twerk game is phenomenal. I mean, I don't care what nobody says. If you don't respect Sierra's ability to twerk,
hey, let's be clear. Sierra's 36, dog, and had I think she had 3 kids or some bull, right?
Yeah, she makes an art out of it.
Iceberg, whose favorite did you say this was again? Iceberg?
Oh, it's Bebo's favorite, man. It's bedroom bully type.
Bedroom bully.
I think you need to go. You need to go down one.
Nah,
you need to go down one.
All I said,
I have to go down one here.
I respected dance ability. You didn't hear me say nothing about the song being dope. I said it's close to Janet as far as performance.
I feel you.
Sonically, give it a fart sound.
Dang.
That's what it is sonically.
Song like that, bro.
Performance wise, she killed.
So the best of these three is the Beyonce joint. Then is that what you're telling us? Of the 3 songs,
that's what it sounds like. He's telling us.
If I had to choose one to jam, I would probably jam the Beyonce one, just because
Beyonce. Like, that's a Miami, South Beach situation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had on like the Ice Cream Man white, the Master P white,
you know what I'm saying? With the Jesus sandals,
and I'm at the beach. This came on. I might, la dee dee, la dee. I might do that. That's where I'm at, though. Go ahead.
Bebo, what's the bedroom game? With the ladies talking about, you get the pillow talk with being a single man. What you thinking?
I mean, Cardi B gets it for him then.
Yeah, come on, man. Bebo cheek.
I'm gonna go ahead and say oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it for L. Since L's over here refusing on some snooty gas tax
like some Avengers type joint. A little picture like some Avengers type joint.
It do though.
And no disrespect for making Beyonce real small. I was just trying to fit her underneath the logo.
Oh,
okay.
No disrespect.
Wow. Look, I don't know what the streets is talking about. I'll leave that to those who engage in it. I'll leave that to the streets. Right. Look, I don't know who the heckler is, but hey, I don't have a opinion as far as like maybe what song is better, because none of this music is my cup of tea.
It's hard to choose.
All three, and all 3 of them have their own vibe to them, to where they cater to a specific lane. I do believe Cardi's is my least. It's the one that I could least gravitate to, but it is at the same time the most hyped up and energetic in terms of like maybe that club nigga whatever. I think Yeah. I mean, but I totally agree. You know,
Beyonce really, it's club. It's 100% club.
100%.
Oh yeah, all day club.
Mass Ave in Indianapolis all day. You know, what
man, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just
So
like,
broad,
man, not man,
right,
man, that strip. Man, I couldn't dig the features on there like that. I think the best one was Cardi, so she repped on her own song. And I was thinking the same thing Iceberg stated about that Inspector Deck. You know, the Black Spider-Man vibe. You know, with all
but you
that,
can also tell somebody wrote them bars because you know good and well she
Yeah.
don't know nothing about no Jimmy Superfly.
Yeah, she don't.
Like
she
that
don't,
off top, like somebody straight.
did
wrote
say that
her
Jimmy
bars.
Flower Snooker.
Like,
Hey, but she
wasn't even around
she
when
flowed
Jimmy
that ghost
Superfly
written though.
Snooker was doing it. She wasn't even alive, bro. When
Hey,
Jimmy
look,
Superfly
She
Snooker
probably still
was
don't know what a
FBC.
Jimmy Fly is. She don't know what a Jimmy Fly
But
is.
I feel Power 500 though. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what I'm saying.
B joint,
That's why
man.
I said
yeah, she was
the
right
whole
on the
Crystal
sample.
Water swag. Like
I do think
Crystal Water swag was going.
Yeah,
right. That Sierra joint, that jump is of the three. It is probably the more well-rounded of the, of these three, with that poppy sound. And
it just serves that purpose.
Yeah, exactly. And
it's a TikTok.
I did see that.
It's like what LB said, man. It's a TikTok situation.
I give it up for his for his visuals and his creativity. I mean, they said she changed into like at least 14 different outfits for that video.
Nothing else to do.
Okay.
Right. So I mean, there you have that. And yeah, because she ain't doing Russell. But there you have that.
LB, go on and give it to him.
Slow it down there. Stop
Go on
it.
and give it. Stop, cuz.
Hey,
Hold on, you B.
Went in on it.
Saying she's out here twerking like she still got a little something for her future. But I'm just saying.
All we know,
maybe
Russell
that's what
Wilson is the
Russell asked
bedroom
for.
bully.
Hey, don't
ask for it. He might be like,
Come on, girl.
You good to get up there and twerk.
Get you.
He might be like, if you don't get up there and twerk, girl, you know I'm gonna beat that ass.
Oh man,
Russell
we already
may
know
be
that.
aggressive at home. He might be like, look, I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't get up there and twerk.
Put on his helmet.
Oh man,
Bedroom bully, man.
Not a beta like him unless he's going to defend her honor like Will Smith did or something like that. So
Stop it.
Hey.
What's the next topic?
You are killing him. Man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why are you killing him?
I'm so sorry. Too sensitive for certain folks out there. On to Beyonce.
B.O.P. Trump. Just over there.
Trump.
Hey, you got she's the one that's supposed to be saved, and she's the one that's married, and you got you got a wife out here twerking?
Power 500.
But I'm the savage one. Oh, okay.
Does the Bible say no twerking? I haven't read that verse.
Hey man.
Hey, this thing, the Dirk verse. What 500 was saying, the Dirk verse.
I like Dirk's verse the best on there.
Okay.
I would definitely say that.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi just sound like somebody
was a
wrote
little
that.
different or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that record, as far as bars, are decent, but it goes back to what J. Camp said.
It sounded like Offset or somebody like that wrote.
Yeah. Offset was in there with his.
Actually, Kanye might have wrote it. Kanye might have
been
wrote it with that Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
It could have been Saha joint.
Saha might have wrote the whole thing.
LB, go ahead, send us home on this one, man. What was your thoughts, man? Like I said,
it was summed up, man. You know what?
Summed up in what way, L? Whose side are you taking here?
B.O.P. summed it up. Everybody.
He summed it up well. Listen, man. Obviously, none of these joints is for Fresh Out. You know what I'm saying? I would say, probably the closest one is maybe the Beyonce joint. But my perspective is I do think that what we're seeing is
Plus, Beyonce was singing on her too. I ain't gonna lie.
You can't take myself. Quit your job.
And that was Nick specific too, toward the dance hall, her specific, her Bayhive and such. So I just want to
pull the Deborah Cox.
Don't come over here with nothing crazy. Like we repping
because you know how Deborah Cox is making that type of music now too.
But I think that a lot of this stuff, though, to me, when I listen to it, it sounds like data-driven music or like like music by committee. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
that's even more of a boily right there.
no, it really is though.
You eat them on that one.
But it really is though.
Data driven.
Because like if you listen,
you gotta do a house song now.
Yeah, no, for real, man. I do think honestly, a lot of these music people have access to much more data than they ever had.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially with the Spotify's and the YouTube musics and all of that stuff. And I do think that there's a guy that's sitting in the corner of the room with a spreadsheet, and he's like, well, people are talking about their jobs, they're talking about the inflation, and house music has been going crazy in Korea, and so they just take all of them and throw them in a little pot and swirl it up and just kind of throw the joints out here, man. So none of this is inspiring to me, which is why that I enjoy the music that I enjoy, is because you can tell when somebody literally like dedicated a bit of themselves and put a little heart into what was
I love the fact that we do have some diversity with music right now. You know, you got your you know, your drill, you got the hip hop moving, you got the house coming back. You know,
that's the only good thing about it.
Yeah. I think we got to well round out a little bit more, right? Like maybe in another 2 or 3 years, after people have had some time to sort of like sit with these things and kind of develop them out a little bit more, maybe we'll be in a good prime spot. Kind of like, you know, back in the 90s, it was all kind of different sounds. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, that was the whole point of being an artist. You wanted to come out with something different.
Yeah. So you know,
it wasn't
like
data
in your own
driven.
style. In your
it
own
wasn't data driven.
I'm with you though, L. It do sound like
comedy
the NBA
music,
plus minus.
Data driven,
NBA
jumping that proverbial
plus
shark.
minus.
Data driven to jump the shark.
Yeah,
dude
they're
can
like,
play
hey,
a minute in the game, and he end up having the highest plus minus stat.
Yeah, oh, look at his plus minus, look at his per. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
and
dude, he played
it's
30 seconds.
Serious.
Yeah. And I do think that you're seeing some of that. And I think with the biggest artists, sometimes they're afraid to like not really, you know, use that information. And so they go after it. And, you know, for me, I'd rather have more fat boys, people rapping about eating at the buffet, or, you know, and then you got the far side talking about a teacher and a girl, you know what I'm saying? People was just in all types of different spectrums, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can start to get that. And maybe that's what the beginning of this is. But here at the beginning, we got a little bit more work to do on this beginning, man.